If you're learning Korean in 2025, then you've probably noticed there are a ton of apps out there. But the truth is, many of them are just not worth your time. I have been studying Korean for 5 years, and in that time, I have tested almost everything from grammar apps to flashcards to AI conversation tools. So, in today's video, I am sharing the apps that I actually still use now that I live in Korea. So, I've lived in Korea for a year, and some of these apps were key in helping me go from a total beginner to confident enough to handle most real life situations here, like ordering food, chatting with friends, and surviving at the pharmacy with no English at all. So, whether you're starting from scratch or you just want to speak more naturally, then there is something here for every level. Today, we're going to cover the best apps for different parts of your Korean language learning routine, like the best app for vocabulary memorization, the best one for grammar, and the best app for speaking and pronunciation. Also, the best app for listening, for free language exchange, and even one for affordable tutors. So, if you are trying to build a balanced study routine or you just want to find one or two tools that fit your style, this will give you a clear roadmap. So, let's get into it. First is Anki app, and this is the best for memorizing vocabulary long term. So, this is one of the most popular apps for memorizing vocabulary, and it is also my personal favorite. So I have used it for years, and I used to have a habit of drilling new Korean vocab words every morning during breakfast. So Anki is essentially a flashcard app that uses spaced repetition to help you remember words more effectively. So there are tons of free pre-made Korean decks for daily conversation, grammar, topic prep, and more. You can also make your own decks with audio, images, and sample sentences, which I do recommend because I think personalizing them makes a big difference. And what I like about Anki is that it shows you cards right before you forget them. So it is actually very efficient and works. You can review Anki in the morning with coffee or while waiting in line at the store. And if you're serious about remembering Korean vocab, this is really one to download. Next is HelloTalk. So this is best for free language exchange. HelloTalk connects you with real Korean speakers who are learning your language, which is usually English. And it is similar to social media in that you have a profile and then you can post updates in your target language, and you can even browse profiles of people who want to meet language exchange partners. So this is a really great fit if you don't have many or any real Korean speakers to practice with. You can chat through voice messages, you can write each other notes, or you can even make phone calls. And what makes it especially good is it has a built-in correction tool. So your partner can correct your Korean by tapping your message and editing it directly, which helps a lot in learning from your mistakes real time. And it also has a moments feature it's like a language learning social feed. And you can post updates, photos, or questions, and then get comments from native speakers. So I used to use HelloTalk to practice texting in Korean and forming my own sentences. And speaking with native speakers can be very intimidating at first, so messaging through a platform adds a level of comfort, but it still gets your toes wet and practicing what you've learned. So it is a really great tool for seeing how Korean is used in real life because you're likely to see some very interesting abbreviations and be introduced to things like how Koreans often use Hangeul letters in place of emojis. It's casual, it's fun, and it is free. Next is the 90-Day Korean app, which is best for step-by-step learning with structure. So 90-Day Korean also has an app with three main features. First, you can view all 90-Day Korean YouTube videos, and some videos have tips on the best ways to learn and study Korean, like this video. And there are also many instructional videos that will teach you actual Korean phrases and words. So you can listen to these and learn as you go. It has a great search function, like if you want to find a video that covers Korean slang, for example. Second, you can go through the 90-Day Korean blog content, which is a gold mine of great information on both Korean language, learning, and culture. So the blog posts answer a lot of common questions that Korean learners have. And then third, you can use the app to find all 90-Day Korean social channels. So basically, it is a centralized way to view most of 90-Day Korean's free content. If you're not sure which app is right for you or even where to begin, then definitely try our free Korean level test. It only takes a few minutes and it will tell you your current level and next steps. So I'll link it below in the description. Next is LingoDeer, and this is best for grammar. So LingoDeer was designed specifically for Asian languages. So the Korean course is way better than the ones you'll find in more general apps. And it is really popular amongst serious Korean learners. So it teaches grammar step by step, and it includes full explanations, and it walks you through sentence structure in a way that actually makes sense. There's audio from native speakers, so you can practice listening and pronunciation too. And what I liked when I used it was that it felt like a real Korean course, not just a game. So if you're a beginner who wants to build a solid foundation and understand how Korean actually works, then LingoDeer is a great choice. Next is ChatGPT voice mode. So this is the best for speaking and listening with AI. And it's really good for upper beginners and above. So I've tried several AI speech tools, and this is the one that I still go back to the most. Now, keep in mind that ChatGPT can and does make mistakes, but it is still a pressure free way to practice conversations, which is often one of the most difficult kinds of practice to get. So, how can you use it for speaking and listening? Well, if you open the mobile app and tap the headphones icon, you can have a real time conversation with the AI in Korean. It will listen, talk back, and respond. So, for example, you could say something like, let's have a casual Korean conversation. Or you could say, correct my Korean as we speak, and it will help guide the conversation. So, I have had full conversations about what I ate that day or what I'm doing this weekend, and it is especially helpful for role plays. Like if I'm going to meet a new group of friends or people here in Korea and I want to prepare for that situation, then I can practice exactly what I want to say in advance. And this helps a ton in social situations. So again, the best thing about AI conversations is that there is no pressure. So it's just an app. You can take as long as you need to respond, and you can make mistakes with no embarrassment. So also for listening practice, you can ask it to slow down or repeat sentences. And it is surprisingly good for pronunciation practice too, because you will notice right away if it doesn't understand what you said and gives you a strange response. So if you are nervous about speaking with real people, or you want to supplement conversations with real Korean speakers, then this is an amazing way to build confidence. Next is Teuida, and this is best for interactive and beginner speaking practice. So, Teuida is a really cool app that helps you build confidence speaking Korean by simulating real life scenarios. So, instead of just tapping through flashcards or quizzes, then you can actually speak out loud and respond to actors in mini dramas. So, the app listens to your voice and gives you feedback so you can practice pronunciation and get used to speaking naturally. So, it's perfect for things like greetings, shopping, and making small talk, which is stuff you'll actually use in real life. And I used Teuida a lot before moving to Korea, and it definitely helped me feel less awkward when I had to speak Korean out loud. So if you're shy or you need to get used to speaking Korean in context, then this one is definitely worth checking out. Since we just discussed ChatGPT for Korean speaking practice, advantages of Teuida over ChatGPT is that Teuida already has the scenarios created, and you will practice in a more realistic environment where you can see the other speaker. So it feels more like a real life scenario, and it doesn't need any guidance from you. So Teuida is also better for beginners since it knows what you should learn as a beginner. And then ChatGPT is much more tailorable to your needs since you can discuss anything you want. But with ChatGPT, you have to go in knowing what you want to talk about, and you have to have enough Korean under your belt to be able to free speak a little bit on your own. Next is Italki, and this is the best for affordable one-on-one tutors. So if you are interested in a real Korean tutor or to get the most value out of a 30-minute to 1 hour speaking session, then I do recommend finding tutors on Italki. It is one of the easiest ways to find a Korean tutor for private speaking practice. Now, you do have to pay the tutors for their time, but they are experienced in speaking with Korean language learners, so you will likely have a much more valuable experience than finding just a random language exchange partner through an app like HelloTalk, which we discussed earlier. Now, in Italki, you can search by accent, experience, price, and availability to match your schedule. And the tutors always have an intro video, so you can hear them speak, you can get a feeling for their personality before booking, and then you can also see reviews from other students. So there are two types of teachers. One is professional teachers, and then there's community tutors. So the first usually follows a curriculum, while the second is more conversational. And the professional teachers can be a bit expensive. So I have found that the community tutors are quite good. And so I usually went with the community tutors. And I actually used to do one 30-minute session a week with a tutor on Italki when I lived in the US, and it really helped my confidence in speaking so much. So speaking Korean with a real Korean speaker for the first time was actually very exciting, and it made me feel so accomplished. And I actually met up with my former Italki tutor for lunch the first time I visited Seoul. And 90 Day Korean also has a Korean tutor page where you can book one-on-one sessions with a native speaker. And you can find the link to that below. Next is Naver Dictionary plus Papago, which is the best for translations and pronunciation. So when you're learning Korean, Naver Dictionary is super useful and easy to use. It shows clear meanings, lots of example sentences, and it lets you hear how words sound. So you can search in English or in Korean and use it on the website or free on the app. For translating Korean, Papago is really better than Google Translate. It's made by a Korean company and it gives more natural context-based translations. And the image translation feature is especially useful because you can take a picture of Korean text and translate it right away. And with Papago, you can translate 50 images every day for free. So I use Papago every day still in Korea for things like checking menus, translating text messages, or just signs walking around the city. And it also has audio, so I use it to check pronunciation if I need to say something in Korean and I'm unsure. By the way, if you're finding this video helpful, then go ahead and like the video and subscribe for more Korean learning tips. We do post often about what really works for learning Korean, especially if you are planning to visit or live in Korea. Next is Speechling. This is the best for pronunciation feedback. So Speechling is a lesser known but super useful app if you want help with your Korean pronunciation. You can actually record yourself saying a sentence and then a real coach will give you feedback, which is usually within 24 hours. It's free to submit one sentence a day, which is actually enough to get some consistent practice going. And you can also compare your audio with a native speaker's and get tips on how to improve. So it's especially useful if you're working towards sounding more natural and you want to catch small pronunciation mistakes. So I used to use it to improve my tone and intonation since Korean has such a different rhythm than English. So those are my top Korean learning apps. I have tried so many apps over the years, but these are the ones that I keep coming back to. Whether you're practicing vocabulary, speaking, or just trying to build confidence, there is something in here that can definitely help you move forward. Remember to take the free 90-day Korean level test if you haven't already. It will help you to figure out exactly where you are and give you a personalized plan based on your results. And if you want more honest tips on how to learn Korean in real life, then make sure to check out our other videos. See you next time!